Hi everyone, welcome back to the Desiertalks. I'm your host Demis, and I'm joined here today by
Hi, I'm Trix.
awesome. So Trix is a local cosplayer here in El Paso. So, while I usually interview models, we're gonna be focusing more on the cosplay side of things because I feel like it's important to highlight the different communities that El Paso has, right? So I saw in your
Yeah,
bio that you've been doing this for 7 years. So how did you get your start? How's it going? Let's start there from the beginning.
actually, you reminded me I need to update that. As of last April, it's
Mm-hmm.
8 now.
Oh wow,
I
okay.
started back in middle school, so
Mm-hmm.
around that time. I mostly started as a coping mechanism, if I'm being honest,
Oh,
because I
interesting.
had
Okay.
a really tough middle school life. I was
Mm-hmm.
I was heavily bullied, if I'm being completely honest.
Sorry to hear.
It's okay. It's gotten me to where I am now, so
Right, right.
you live and you learn.
All about growth.
Um, yeah, and I guess I'm just thankful I just more leaned into the cosplay side instead of unhealthy coping mechanisms.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. And if you don't mind me asking,
Mhm.
why cosplay of all things did you choose that to be the coping mechanism for you?
Well, for one, I had always dressed up as a little kid, but then I found out that you can do I found out about special effects makeup, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, what if instead of doing something that would harm me, I pretend so I trick my brain into it, and I would
Interesting.
just do makeup on myself.
Okay, that's a very healthy way of looking at things. And I feel like in a way this kind of ties into one of your posts that you have on your profile, and editor Demis will toss it up right here on the screen, where you're cosplaying as Uraraka, right? But it's like her like kind of melty face from one of the arcs in My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, is that an example of what you're talking about?
yes,
Oh wait,
very much so.
yeah, very cool. So, like I mentioned when we first got on here, you had the axe signed by Brandon Rogers there, and you also have photos of
Oh
you
yeah, it's
dressed
like
up
there.
as Moxie and Millie as well. What's it
Mhm.
like for you whenever you cosplay as a group? Like, who do you usually invite? How do you set that up? How does that go down?
Usually, I just put it up on my story and I'm like, who wants to collab? Because I'm like, I'm down with everybody. I love everybody.
Right.
And whoever is like, oh, I'm down, I'll start making little group chats and I'll try to just make sure everybody's okay with everybody
Mm-hmm.
and make sure everybody's comfortable. That's mostly what I go for.
Right. Yeah, I think that's important. Not just in any community, but like every community should be like a safe space. I feel where it's how it usually goes down. But I wanted to ask you, in that sense, since you do a good job of making sure that everyone's okay with whoever you collab with, what is the cosplay scene like here in El Paso from your eyes? Because I've been to different cities and each one has their own little community. San Antonio has its own like Vocaloid events that it likes to host. San Diego on Facebook, they're pretty big on their groups there. So what's it like here in El Paso, from your own words?
It feels welcoming, but at the same time, it's also kind of, I want to say exclusive in a way, because there's people who already know each other,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're a newcomer, yes, I've been cosplaying for 8 years, but I just came into the actual like convention side of it, like as in competing. Like I started a year ago, I would say,
Oh wow,
to
okay.
actually meet other cosplayers, getting to know everybody here in El Paso.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was kind of hard at first because I was like, "Hi, I'm Trix. Guys have no idea who I am.
Right, right.
Let me try and show you who I am."
Mm-hmm. So it's
They're
kind of like
welcoming, but they're
difficult.
also just exclusive.
I get you. And by exclusive, do you mean that like there's already like pre-established groups, or have you ever faced any hardships trying to meet people in the community?
It was mostly that. Some hardships that there were people saying stuff about me that wasn't true, which I
Right.
didn't appreciate, but I was like, here, instead of going the negative way and, you know, doing the drama, I just showed who I was. I was like, I'm here for positivity. I'm here to encourage people. I'm here to help. I'm not here to fight anybody.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's a good way to look at things yourself. Because I've been doing photography for about 5, 6 years by this point. And when I first started off, it was just like me, a friend of mine, and we were just like reaching out to people. Let's take photos of you, just kind of get experience of our own. And same as with the cosplay scene, as you're describing, there were different like exclusive groups. Like these photographers knew these photographers, and so I guess same as how you started. On my end, there was also a lot of like, hey, I'm Demis. This is my friend Tyler. like, you know, let's learn from each other, let's work together. So it's cool that like you're doing those steps as well, regardless of how intimidating it might seem at first, you know. But you know, I've done a few interviews already with some cosplayers.
One thing I love. Oh,
oh no, you go first. It was buffering. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say this random little thing that I find extremely funny. For as much as I love this, like cosplaying and everything, I think it's extremely funny that because there's a difference between, you know, me at home and Trix everybody sees.
For sure.
Me at home, I am the most socially awkward person. So I think it's extremely funny the fact that I chose this hobby. Because sometimes people will be like, "You look scary. I didn't want to approach you." And I was like, "I was just scared."
It's like, yeah, I get you. That's funny though. But you know, the way that I describe it with like my friends in the photography scene is that like for me, like the different hobbies that I do, they're also different personas for me in a sense, you know, because like my photography side of things, very professional, very like to the point, and then like, you know, when I'm doing like my streaming account and all that, it's very more like fun, uppity, you know, so it's good knowing that like other people do that as well, you know.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is that like I've already worked with cosplayers in the past. I've already done a few interviews with them. I asked them the same thing, like what anime was like your first one that you ever like got into and why?
My very, very first one was Sailor Moon because I'm originally from Juarez, so I'm from the border.
Right.
I was born raised over there, and you know how over there everything's like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball.
Everywhere, yeah.
There is a small part where it's like for the girls, it's mostly Sailor Moon. So my mom was like, "Oh, there is." Well, yeah, that's how my mom explained it. She was like, "You're a girl. Here's Sailor Moon," and I was like, "I'm interested," and it just kind of skyrocketed from there.
So that was like your first one. Nice, yeah. I mean, you know, apart from like on Canal 5 watching like Dragon Ball in Spanish and all that, for me it was like Soul Leader on Toonami. That was my introduction to it, and I guess it kind of like influenced like a lot of the anime that I like now, like more the edgier kind of stuff like that. But you said earlier how you've only been going to conventions for a year, but competing as well, right?
Well, I've been going for conventions for 8 years, but I've only competed for like a year.
If you don't mind me asking, what made you finally want to compete after such a long time?
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I am an extreme perfectionist. Like, I feel like everything needs to be on point. Not because I think people are gonna judge it. That's just how I am personally. And I don't remember which one it was. I think it was Molly and Molly. I always say Molly and Mixie. Oh my god, Moxie and Millie.
Right. For
my boyfriend was like, "Let's enter," and I was like, "You know what? Let's do it." It was kind of just a random, out of nowhere like thing that just made us go into it.
And how was that experience for you, competing for the first time?
It was fun and also very scary because I have the biggest stage fright.
Oh, wow.
I start shaking. So half of the time, if I'm ever like on stage, I'm like hitting my hands behind me because I'm like trembling like that.
I'm the same way.
I'm holding my prop.
I'm always like this, arms on my back too. So yeah,
it's like you can't see me. But yeah, it was terrifying, but it was also very like exciting because I got to say how I made things, how I worked with different things, and just mostly seeing other people. That was the highlight for me. Like, yes, I have my skills, but oh my god, these other cosplayers. Oh, I was just like in awe. I think I was screaming at every single person that went up there.
Nice, yeah. No, I've seen a lot of cool cosplays, especially for like, well, not to dox where I'm at, I guess, but like Horror Fest is one of my favorites because like the pyramid heads that I see, people in skins. So like it's awesome seeing the creativity that people have, you know. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it's literally amazing.
So would you say that, you know, with you having stage fright but still having the courage to go up there, is it kind of like a seal's been broken in a way where you're gonna keep competing, or was this more like a one and done kind of thing for you?
For now, right now I focused on school, if I'm being honest. But now that conventions are gonna start coming up again, I want to compete, but I want to compete with a fully handmade thing, like no store-bought anything.
Really?
So
okay,
that's my goal right now.
I think that's a very good goal to have, honestly. So from what you just told me in your answer, it kind of leads into like one of my other bullet points that I have here. For you as a cosplayer, like do you do a mix of store-bought, handmade? Is it like a bit of both? Like, what are your costume making process usually like?
It mostly depends. I'm gonna give you two examples. For example, I'll use, since she's right behind me, I'll use Millie and I'll use Froppy. I'm gonna use those two. For Froppy, it was just, I just made the little cap, the hat, because I did not like the ones online, and I just added ribbon to the stripe she has because I didn't enjoy the way they looked.
Right.
So I was very much already store-bought.
Just customizations here
but,
and there.
Yeah. And then there's Millie, who I made the axe from scratch. The shirt was also made from scratch. The shoes, I took old wedges that my mom had gifted me, and I took... It was those wedges that have, like... It looks like it's, like, braided on there.
Okay.
I kind of ripped it off, and then used foam. And then the only thing that was store-bought was the red suit, because, well, I didn't want to paint all of my body red.
Right.
That's already a pain. And the pants, those were like the only store-bought things I used.
Yeah, like the more
so that's kind of like a mix of
For sure.
I'm more of a mix of store-bought and like made it myself, but I like to lean into making it myself.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's more pride in like making stuff by yourself, you know, and I think the way that you're going about it is pretty smart, because, you know, like, I grew up on the age of the internet where there was like horror stories of like homestuck cosplayers like taking a bath and like and shit like that, you know, which more power to you, man. Do what you gotta do for the look, I guess.
But it was terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, let's talk more about like your Moxie and Millie cosplay there. Like, what do you make the axe out of, and like what are other props that you've made for the costumes?
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm just gonna use that. For Millie, it was, at first I was very lost, I think, because I picked up the stick is from just straight up Home Depot.
Nice.
And it was like 7 feet tall, so I had to cut it. And it kind of just sat there for like, I want to say a year. And then I heard that Brandon was coming, and I was like, I have to do it.
Yeah,
and that just kind of motivated me to like make it. And then I kind of sat on the floor for like 15 minutes, and I was like, what do I do? After I had mapped it out, because I mapped it out on different sheets of paper from because I like to use 3D models so that I can just like turn everything.
Oh, you make
so
it
I had a 3D model.
Or you look it up online?
No, I just look it up online. I looked up a 3D model. Luckily, I found a pretty good one.
Very nice.
And I mapped it on a piece of paper, and I was like, I'm just gonna use cardboard. So the whole base you see, that's just cardboard wrapped in foam.
Oh, okay.
So it's just sheer cardboard wrapped in foam, and then the M is just more cardboard painted on there. And then the little shiny, glittery details you see, that is more foam, just very, like, delicately done. I'm a huge fan of foam, if I'm being honest.
So just foam on top of foam on top of foam.
Foam on top of foam, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that by itself sounds challenging, but good job on
it was. Thank you. It was mostly, the challenging part was, because I wanted it to detach, because I didn't want it to, I wanted one to fit in my car, and two, I wanted it to be able to actually hand it to Brandon, not just like, here, take the whole axe.
Yeah, like dunk on the table.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the mechanism, I say mechanism because it's not like super fancy, but
we could get fancy.
It's kind of a mechanism.
Yeah.
It's literally a cylinder, and then both of the, because I made them separately. I made one axe and then the other, and then I put them together. And then it's here, I can get it if you want, because I feel like showing it is better than explaining it.
Yeah, go for it.
We're gonna pretend like my sword didn't just fall off the wall. It's okay.
No, yeah, we're good. Editing magic. We're chilling.
I think it'd just be funny if you left it in. Just it falling off the wall.
I got you.
Alright, there we go. I got it off. Okay, so
that looks way bigger.
Like I was telling you,
the camera. Jesus.
It's huge.
Wow.
On the stick, I just kind of have this little foam piece, which stops it from just sliding all the way down.
Okay, very smart.
And then on this side, this is all just tool wrapped around and around and around and around to make it look actually like nice. And the actual axe itself, like I said, it's two different pieces. You can see it from the bottom. And then it's a cylinder with a thicker circle in here, which is where the stopper kind of just makes it there, and then it just sits.
Oh wow!
Like I said, it's not extremely fancy, but it's in there.
Yeah, it's in there. That's what's
literally just a cylinder, if I'm being honest.
But see, I feel like that's the thing about cosplay on my end, is that as long as you do it, you know? Oh yeah, and I bet that's a pain, like carrying that around.
And it is. My arms were so sore after, but it was worth it. That's like another thing, because I forget what I'm capable of making. Like, I was like, how did I make the axe? And then I have a Muzan cosplay that I did with my friends, where I was like, because I like to hold props. I can't just have like my hands, because I never know what to do with them.
It gives you something to do, basically.
Yeah, and I was like, what could Muzan hold? And I remember that one of the like very first times we see Muzan in the female version, he's literally holding one of the lower demon's heads. I looked at my wig stand and I was like, what if I just make it? And I did.
The demon head, like straight up the demon head.
Yeah, I could. Let me go get it so I could be like, let me show you.
Great, yeah.
He's kind of falling apart, but that's okay. I straight up just...
That looks so sick. Very, very cool.
I didn't know I could do this.
I like the paint job and everything, the ears. Oh, and
thank
the blood
you.
at the bottom is such a nice touch. No, that is really cool.
Yeah. It's like I was shocked at myself. And then I have a horror story because I was like slouching like this, painting it, and then my dad walks in and he just sees me holding a decapitated head. And I'm like, it's not what you think. It's not what you think.
So I'm assuming your parents have been pretty supportive of your cosplay journey the entire time, right?
The entire time.
Very nice. That's always good to hear. Have there ever been like a cosplay that you've given up on just because of how difficult it was to make?
Not difficult to make. It's more in the sense of I was not physically okay in the moment.
Okay.
Which is right now she's my pride and joy now because I've worked really hard on her. But for me it's Mirako, because back in COVID was like 2021, 2020, right?
Around the dark ages, yeah.
Yeah, the dark ages. I'm gonna get into a little bit of my backstory, so this kind of makes sense. So I have something called ulcerative colitis, where it's literally where your intestines kind of get ulcers and you bleed. You just, and it takes a huge toll on the person. For me, the toll it took, I was literally skin and bones.
Right.
I was like under 80 pounds. I was not okay. Even though I was eating, but you know, it's an extremely huge thing where it's like, it's terrifying if I'm being completely honest, because in the moment we had no idea what was happening. We were just seeing me lose weight and weight and weight and weight. And around that time, I had bought myself the Mirako cosplay. So when it came in, I looked at myself and I was like, I hate it. Like, just away in the moment, that I almost, in that moment, just completely quit everything.
Really?
Because my mental health was horrible. My physical health was horrible. I had like so little energy in the moment. I was always asleep. I was doing horribly, if I'm being completely honest.
Right. I'm sorry to hear.
It's okay. Like I said, thankfully I'm better now, and I've learned, and now I'm a huge person that's like, don't be so harsh on yourself if you don't look canon, because it doesn't matter. And then, like, a couple of like time passed. I tried it on again, and then I was like, I still don't like it. And this time it wasn't because of the illness. Thankfully I had gotten better by then, but a little more backstory, which I do not mind people knowing. I think it just kind of
the floor
helps
is yours.
Show the person. Thank you.
Yeah.
I had a very toxic ex who was very manipulating and very sexualizing in a way. So for me to want to wear that cosplay, I was like, I'm not going to wear it for literally it was for my safety. I felt like I needed that for my safety. So I just stored Miracle away. I was like, we're not doing that. Because he had a huge thing for Miracle, and I was like, I'm not doing that. No.
To that point, wow. Okay.
It was to that point, yeah. And then thankfully I broke up with him, and I was like, I can't do this, you're horrible. And then I just kind of had this moment to myself, and I was like, you know, I love her as a character. She makes me feel so like strong. So, you know, you've seen how Mariko is.
Of course.
Just keep pushing through, keep going. Literally her arm got ripped off and she was like, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep trucking on. No arm needed, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I related to that because of the whole illness situation. I kept pushing through because I was 16, 17 at that time. I was very young. And even the doctors were like, it's so weird that she got not out of it, but she did better in such a short amount of time. Because most people, it takes them years to get out of it. And I was like healthy in like 2 years.
That's
so the doctors, yeah, even the doctors were extremely shocked. So when I saw that Miracle push through like I did, I was like, I need to do her. And then I finally put her on, and now seeing myself, you know, with healthy weight on me in a healthier environment, I was just like, it's a full circle. Things had to happen for me to end up in the situation where I say, I love who I am now.
Right, for sure. And I think that's a very good ending to the story. You know, it's nice how, you know, you went through these hardships, but you were able to like gain power like through your own determination, as well as the characters that you connect with, you know? Not that it compares to your situation in any way, but when I was going through my like depressive episode, like 2018, 2019, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, this kind of thing that was like, dude, like get back up, you know what I mean? So it's interesting.
It just, yeah, it just helps.
To something, you know? I saw a Twitter post a few years back where it was like getting a root canal at the dentist, but I know like Luffy's gone through worse, so I know I'll be okay. Like just stuff like that. But
I've been there.
Yeah, 1,000%.
It's like if they can do it, I can do it, and it just helps you.
No, yeah. So I'm glad that you were able to bounce back from that for sure. I'm assuming that you also have like your friends in the community there with you nowadays, right?
Now I do. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Now I do.
Who are some of the cosplayers that like you mostly like hang out with, collaborate with?
Mostly nowadays, I'm kind of, since I had to step back for school, I was just like, I kind of banished off the face of the earth. But I've kind of just kept with like my like basic group of friends that I go to college with, which is literally only one of them has an Instagram, but I will shout her out. It's Tina Nova.
Okay, editor D.
And I love her.
Splash that all over the screen. There you go. Perfect. Nice.
And something I thought that was extremely adorable. She's a very sweet person. We went to high school together and everything. But something that kind of warmed my heart was she texted me like through her other account, and she was like, hey Trix, can I ask you something? I was like, sure, what's up? And she's like, do you want to have team matching names? So she only used Tina because she wanted to match with Trix. And I was like, oh my god, that is the sweetest thing ever.
Yeah, it's a really cute gesture.
And then
for sure.
Yeah, and then I think she was also doing it because I was the one that helped her like with her wig, her Uraraka wig, because she adores Uraraka. So when I saw her post it, and she posted 3 like images in kind of the similar style I do, I was like, that is so cute.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything because I'm not gonna be like, you're copying me. No. But then she tells me, and she's yeah, and then she tells me, did you see the post? And I was like, yeah, I love them. And she goes, I was inspired by you. And I went, my heart.
That's so sweet. Yeah, no, totally. Well, I'm glad that
I have this huge
like for sure.
Sorry.
No,
I have this huge mindset where I really don't want to go. Like, if a person does even this like smallest thing that it looks copied, I'm like, you go off. You need help? I got you. I'm not a person that likes to go, you copied me. I'm not like that. I don't like that, if I'm being completely honest.
And I feel like, you know, every community needs support like that from people, you know? It's like a whole thing where it's like, why are we gonna gatekeep? Why are we gonna barricade people away from, you know, reaching their potential, meeting new people, when we should all be collaborating so that we all get there? together. 'Cause that's the only way that these
Yeah.
things like ever improve, you know. That's why I see so many like, you know, obviously we have the main conventions here. We have Comic-Con, we have Anime Mundo, Anime Fest, one of the two. We have HorrorCon, but now we have like the Pop City one that's like coming up, and that's also
Oh yeah,
all,
that
like,
one's coming up.
community created, you know.
Mhm.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. In your case though, like where do you see yourself in the future, like cosplay wise? You're gonna keep going to conventions? Do you have any like cos plans that you want to talk about? How's that going?
Well, you know, I'm gonna keep going to cons because it's I love going to cons. I love seeing everybody's work. I'm like, I want to be here, and I just feel, you know, like I'm allowed to be there.
For sure.
And for cosplays wise, mostly, if I'm being completely honest, I'm all over the place because I watch too many things, and as soon as I see a character, I'm like, you. But right now, I watched Thunderbolts, and I was like,
Good movie.
you.
Yeah.
I was like, you. And I'm just right now, I'm like saving up to get Yelena because I'm like, I need to do Yelena
For
because
sure.
I adore her. She's one. Another one is a design I made for the goddess Athena, which I'm just gonna make from complete scratch.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one, and my favorite, which is I've been looking forward to it since like it came out, which is Jinx from Arcane. I just need to fix her wig.
You have
but
pictures of Jinx up already, right? If I'm not mistaken.
yes, my mom was extremely sweet and she helped me get a lace front wig.
Mm-hmm.
And I got one in the mail and they sent me the wrong one.
Oh, I see.
And I emailed them and I was like, this isn't the one I asked for. And there's like, oh, sorry about that. Let us send you the new one. And I was like, oh, want me to send it back? And they said no. So now I have two. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna extend the braids with the other one.
Kind of like
So I'm just gonna
Frankenstein it together to make it look better. Yeah.
I have no idea how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it somehow.
Yeah, I got you. So with the Athena one that you mentioned, when you said like completely from scratch, does that mean you're gonna make your own design of the goddess, or are you?
Yeah, I
gonna do it from
already
scratch?
have.
Oh, really?
I already have a design, yeah.
And what was kind of like your process with that? Like, how did you decide how you wanted it to look?
Honestly, I just started sketching. I was like, I'm gonna just let my brain take over, and I was just sketching.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a few different redesigns until I was like, this one. I want this one. Which I do have the image, but I don't want to get up again because I keep getting up. And I feel bad.
No, by all means, go ahead. I think it's cool to like show
Okay.
off what you have, you know?
Let me go get it real quick. It's
Sure.
literally over there. Let me get my tablet.
You're good.
Alright. First a shout out to them, the deerfish, because I love them.
Shout out.
They're all
Deerfish.
over my thing.
Splash them on.
Oh, I love
there you go.
deerfish.
Perfect.
I had to. I love them. Their little stickers are the cutest thing. Here I'm sorry. I'm opening it up.
Oh no, you're
It's
good.
been a fat minute. I hope it shows on the screen and then it doesn't just flashbang.
I got you.
This is kind of what I went for.
Oh wow, that's really cool. I like the cape design. I like the gold like accents on it. Very nice.
Thank you. And then what I have, my idea for the helmet, because I don't want to have. Yes, I like the normal helmets,
Mhm.
but I feel like it's gonna be because I'm gonna make it. I don't exactly know how to make a helmet,
Right.
so
for
it's just
sure.
gonna be one of those situations where it's kind of like the Scarlet Witch, like her crown.
Mhm.
It's gonna attach and detach from the wig, so that I don't have to deal too much with it.
Okay, that's a smart way to like go about it. I would say it's good that you're like planning already ahead. You know.
Yeah, because at first I was just kind of doodling, and I was like, okay, I did the basic design. Now I gotta make it realistic.
Mhm.
Because the very first one had like random places where it was like things didn't attach in a human way.
Right. So it's kind
And
of
then I
like
was
the
like-
challenge is making it work not just for yourself, but like design wise as well.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I couldn't, for example, leave one of the shoulder pads here, and then what does it attach to if there's no sleeve there?
Yeah.
I
for
can't
sure.
exactly. It's not healthy to attach it to my skin, so I had to
Right,
like
yeah.
maneuver all around that.
I got you. No, that's awesome to hear,
Yeah.
though. Hopefully that works out, you know, and I'm assuming like foam is gonna be your best friend again for this one.
Yes, for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you know, one of the last things I want to bring up real quick is that on your Instagram, like you have a very professional, very organized, like everything is just like one row cosplay, and the way that you go about it is, I'm assuming you take the photos like in your room or around the city, and then you edit them with like comic panels and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So for you as a cosplayer, I guess what I'm trying to word this question is like, what are your thoughts on cosplayers who like all they have is just like mirror pictures and that's all they do for their costumes versus like cosplayers who like go all out with like the backdrops and like the professional lighting and all that? Do you think that there's, how can I say this? How can I word this? Do you think that that matters or should matter into like how a cosplay is presented or how a person should go about their cosplaying career?
I don't think so, because it's very much how you want to present yourself. It's like, if you want to just show mirror pictures, show mirror pictures. If you want to go to a studio and take pictures, go take studio pictures. If you only have your phone, that's completely fine. I think it's just how the person wants to be portrayed. It's not like we all should take extreme, like most people say, there are no rules to cosplaying. We're all just doing it for fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like that's the important thing. I feel like, you know, everyone has to start somewhere. As long as you're showing your commitment to it, you know, then that's all you need, you know? Yeah. So I think that's a really good way to look at it. So as we close out here, is there anything else that you want to bring up? Anything you want to mention? Any people you want to shout out? You plug yourself. Go ahead.
I want to shout out a couple of people that I absolutely love. It's going to be 4 of them at the top of my head, because I'm kind of...
Imagine
the very first one.
of like their
a little slideshow.
You're good.
The very first one has to absolutely be my boyfriend, because he has been the biggest supporter. He's put up with my shenanigans when it's just... As much as I look like I'm just common, I'm not. I'm a huge chaos gremlin that needs to be held on a leash.
Gremlin, okay.
And he's just amazing. The amount of times I almost dropped the melee axe and he was ready to catch it, it was insane.
Yeah.
And he was in his own like cosplay, so he deals with himself and me. So he's just everything. He's my everything. He helps me with everything. He even calls himself my supplier, which is funny because I'm like, you do buy me things that I can't afford.
Well, that's nice. I'm happy for you.
That's one person. Thank you. That his Instagram is waffle pig something. I don't fully know the thing, but it's like waffle pig something.
Boom, there it is. Look at that. Wow.
Boom.
Very nice.
That's one. We have Tina, which I've known her since high school. Tina Nova. We love her. She's the sweetest. I want her to keep going because she's doing really great. Even though she's been cosplaying for like 2 years, she already looks amazing.
Yeah, awesome.
That's another one. We have somebody that's pretty much become my little sister, which is their Instagram handle. It's an idiot. That's what they go for. Or just Ash. They've become, honestly, my little sister, and I just absolutely love them. And Killer Galaxy, who's also very, very sweet and kind to me.
Yeah.
Those are like the main ones that I can think of at the top of my head. Oh, and Mother Kaiju. She's like, I met her this Comic-Con, but she is an absolute delight. And she has her own like little artsy shop, which I bought this from there, a little Duns raccoon.
Oh, very nice.
She makes stickers. You guys should buy from her.
Links all over the screen. Look at that. Shoop, shoop, shoop.
All over the screen.
Wow, a lot of links. That's crazy. But alright, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank
my name
you.
is Davies. This is Desiertalks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Support the cosplay community. Support everyone. Why not, right? Anything you want to say
everybody.
Out?
Just thank you so much for having me. It was such a pleasure.
There you go. Boom. Perfect. I'll catch you all on the next one. Adios.